All right, thank you guys for joining me today. My name is Lindsey Miller, and I am from the partner team over at Liquid Web. And I'm very, very happy and lucky to be joined today by three people who are offering all of our brand new partners in the month of March free coaching. Now, to be clear, it's not from all three of them. You have to choose the one that fits your business the best. But we wanted to get together today and we could talk to them just a little bit to help you know that you need to take part and take advantage of this great opportunity. So let me introduce everybody that we have with us today. First, we have Nathan Ingram. He is an author and a WordPress expert. He's been around the community for a really long time. You can find more information about him at nathaningram.com. And we also have Lindsay Halsey, pathfinderseo.com. She is our resident SEO expert, has done many wonderful things in the WordPress community. You've probably seen her either speaking at a WordCamp or doing fabulous coachings and trainings online, including at iThemes.com. So thanks for joining us, Lindsay. And finally, we have Cory Miller of CoryMiller.com, the founder of iThemes and former CEO, who is now out on his own doing business coaching and consulting. And so thank you for joining us, Cory.
You bet. Glad to be here with this group.
Yeah, right. We have a big powerhouse of brains with us today. So thank you guys for being here. So I just want to talk a little bit with each of you and just kind of find out what does an hour session with you look like? So anyone who joins the partner program in March gets to choose to consult with one of you for 2 hours. But what does that first hour look like? Nathan, would you mind starting us off?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So, I think when I start to work with someone in a business coaching situation, the first hour is really spent sort of unpacking the major issues that they're dealing with and setting some priorities on what are the top two or three things that we can cover over the 2 hours of coaching engagement that we have. So we'll talk through some of those pain points. I've got a form that you would fill out prior just so we can make best use of that time. And then in the second, we would deal with some solutions and maybe some steps forward in the first session. And then in the second session, we'd follow up on those and see how things have progressed and maybe give you some final steps forward as that second free session comes to an end.
That's perfect. And would you mind showing us the cover of your book too?
Yes, this is this is my book that just came out a couple months ago called "Dealing with Problem Clients: Fencing in the Friendly Monsters," and it's really based on my 25 almost years of dealing with clients, doing web design, and having to deal with problem clients. Most web professionals, if you're a freelancer or a solopreneur especially, you're maybe one more bad client from throwing in the towel. And it's a shame when that happens because most of those problems can be solved with great systems and processes. So that's what I talk about in the book, and that's a lot of what we talk about in a coaching situation as well.
That's a good point. I think even from being on this side of the web design stuff, occasionally in dealing with clients, I can see that being a problem that a lot of people face and don't know how to overcome. So
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And I'll say that having listened to, sorry if I can interrupt, having listened to Nathan's training at iThemes for a number of years, I love how he puts the characters in there and problem clients he's had over the years. And I think, and I've seen actually from the iThemes community, his training he's done that he encapsulated into that book has been so freeing for a number of freelancers and agencies over the years. So you're getting all those 25 years, not just in the 2 hour coaching session, but in the book, which is, I think, ideal.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so Lindsay, I think you have the hardest job of anyone here. Like, no offense to the men on the call, but SEO doesn't get solved in an hour, does it?
It doesn't get solved in an hour, but there are three things we can accomplish. So the first is we want to identify goals. Often people come to us with whether it's a keyword they're trying to rank for or a certain sales goal they're trying to reach, helping to talk those goals through and set some expectations. We always want to hear about what challenges people have faced in SEO to date. Those stories tend to sound very similar. People being overwhelmed by data, not knowing what steps to take, things like that. And then the third thing that we can really accomplish in that first hour is starting to talk about where we're going to be able to take the most impactful actions. So search engine optimization is complicated, and the algorithms have numerous ranking factors, and so sometimes it's hard to identify if I have an hour or if I have 10 hours to invest in SEO, where should I focus my efforts? And that's going to be a little different for every business. And so we can very quickly, in the course of an hour, help break down where we find, for that specific business, they're going to find the most impact on their time and on their investment.
That's fabulous. And I think even for me, if I had an hour of your time, there's a concept that has been repeated over and over and over again to me, but like categories and tags within SEO. Like, I don't know why that concept is so hard for me, but like, I still do it. But I'm like, if I had an hour of your time, I'd be like, can we focus on this and have you tell me one more time what I should do?
We just wrote a blog post on it, actually, so I'll send you the link and then we can have the chat too. But yeah, it is a really confusing topic, and one of our teammates did a really nice visual, and I was like, ooh, I understand that even better now. Like, I thought I had my head around it, but now with the visual, I've got that other kind of layer of understanding of how to think about it and how to teach it, really.
Yeah, and if I could just say something about Lindsay, if you don't mind. Lindsay just wrapped up about 12 hours of SEO training with us on iThemes training, and honestly, it's some of the best training I've ever seen on the topic of SEO. She has a very strong gift of being able to make sense out of a very complicated subject. So if SEO is where your need is, Lindsay is absolutely the person to help you there.
Thanks, Nathan.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, Cory Miller. So you're next. Let's talk about what somebody gets out of an hour with you or 2 hours with you, and what you like to focus on when you talk to clients.
Yeah, I copy and paste everything that Nathan does because he's a long-time expert. In all seriousness, I've learned a lot from Nathan and Lindsay too over the years. But I'm a big proponent of listening first and trying to dive into what's below the surface of what's going on in their business and life. And so I take a little bit of the personal angle. As an entrepreneur, it is a tough and lonely job. Having ridden that whole roller coaster ride for 11 years, there's a lot of up and down. So I focus on the personal side, but then I've got 10 years, 11 years of experience of building a multi-million-dollar business at iThemes. And more importantly than that is building a team that is committed, loyal, engaged, passionate about what they do for their clients and customers. And I really love the people aspect of the coaching conversations I have. So first hour is a lot of listening. And, I think a lot of times we get in this silo where we're just in our own heads. And so I think that first part for me is just letting them talk and listening, and then asking questions so that we can get to kind of the roots of what's going on with the business and how I can come alongside and support them.
Yeah, that's great. And as someone who has probably seen you work up close and personal more than maybe anyone else around, it is kind of amazing how you're able to go in and work with the team and, help build everybody up to like work together towards a goal. And I think that's a rather unique quality. I don't think there are a lot of leaders that can do that. So I think that's very beneficial when dealing with business and coaching. So. Just my 2 cents there. Yeah.
You're totally biased though, but thank you.
Just a little bit, but I wouldn't lie to you. So I want to talk a little bit about each of you and what you see. Maybe it's in WordPress, maybe Lindsay, it's specifically to SEO, but what are some things that you're seeing coming around the bend that are new in the industry, or something that excites you, something that you're excited to work on? And Cory, I'm going to put you on the spot first.
Over my course in WordPress, which now I think is 13 years, I love freelancers and love agencies and the work they do. Some of my best friends in life happen to be owners of WordPress agencies. And it's the same thing when I said the ups and downs with entrepreneurship, personal struggles and successes that come along with that. But the revenue side of, what do we call that, Nathan? The droughts And then when they get, here's a project that comes in for 10 grand. Okay, great. And then next month the pipeline is dry. And so, helping level out the profit side, the revenue and profit side for businesses, I think is key. Being able to really build a life that's sustainable, a business that's sustainable for your life. And so I think that's been an ongoing trend. I know Nathan and Lindsay work a lot with and have dealt with that personally, the ups and downs with revenue and how a season of time, a summer, winter, whatever, could be kind of slow and you start to panic and worry, and how you can add recurring revenue through maintenance plans that do backups and security, or for instance, SEO, ongoing, kind of recurring things that level out those revenue gaps. And so that's one trend I think I've seen over and over and over, and I don't think it's going to go away. It's a persistent problem as you kind of graduate up the level in business and go, okay, now I want that to smooth out. So I think that's probably one trend I see in WordPress ongoing.
I'm actually really happy to hear you say that, because that's something that we've done deliberately with our partner program at Liquid Web, is to say, how can we help agencies create those revenue streams? Like, how can we help them have a ready-made maintenance package to add on to what they're already doing? And so we have a partner portal and training resources and sample packages and things that we've created for our partners. So, and I didn't even tee Cory up for this, but thank you for mentioning that, because it's definitely something that we're trying to do from the Liquid Web side in 2019 for our partners. Okay, so Lindsay, what about you? What are some trends and some new cool things that you're seeing in regards to your business?
We're starting to see more freelancers and agencies, specifically in the WordPress space, engaging in SEO as a service. So kind of building off of what Cory's saying about spreading out and creating kind of stable and building recurring revenue. We find that many freelancers and agencies are actually already doing so much of SEO for their clients. They're just not taking ownership and collecting the value there and getting paid for it. So they're doing things like worrying and improving on site speed, building user-friendly websites, engaging, helping the client create really great content. They're doing so much of SEO. They're just not quite ready to kind of basically collect revenue from it and own it and say, I can handle your SEO in collaboration with the business. And so we're really excited to see more freelancers and agencies sort of building that confidence and skill set to bring that under their purview and to create basically another service line or package that they could sell along something like monthly maintenance.
That's wonderful. I love how we all are bringing things to the table just to help other people improve their businesses, right? I mean, not only are you all coaching and consulting with people, but you are and have been part of products that really just help other people build their business and their revenue. And so anyway, that's awesome. That's exactly why I brought you guys to the table, because that's what we're trying to do as part of our partner program. And so that was why it was such a good fit. Okay, Nathan, what about you? What are some things that you're seeing that are interesting and new?
Yeah, so from the technical side, there's so much new in WordPress right now, especially with Gutenberg coming along. But in a coaching situation, I'm really focusing on how do we help a person optimize their business and become a more successful freelancer solopreneur. And from that perspective, there's very little things that are new. Most freelancers or solopreneurs struggle with the same issues. And one of the big challenges is people think I'm the only one who struggles with problem clients, or gosh, I'm so busy with client work, I can't even, I don't even have time to rebuild my own website or do strategy for my own business. Or they're thinking about, gosh, I have all this, I have these projects coming in, but my revenue, like Cory mentioned earlier, is just up and down. And how do I build recurring revenue and so things stabilize out? Virtually every freelancer is struggling with the same set of problems. Technology aside, those are the core issues because we're human beings and we all tend to struggle with those things. So, I love to come alongside freelancers and solopreneurs to help them solve those problems and to get rid of the obstacles that are in the way of building the business that they, really want, so that it fuels the lifestyle that they want to have.
One thing I've seen you, particularly Nathan, that you are brilliant at is process. That's the other component, building a process that is sustained where you're not always putting out fires or in the business where you can think broadly. And I've heard you train and talk about that over and over that if you get a repeatable process in place, you can really. It's the other side to that revenue coin. I think that is one of your strengths too. And then I was just going to say back to Lindsay real quick is, and maybe Nathan, your feedback on this would be awesome. But SEO is one of the last things I've seen freelancers and agencies actually add on to the business, and they've been very slow to go that route, which is exciting to have you a part of this conversation because you've done training through iThemes and you practice it. You've got tools that help them do that. But I've seen they're slow to that, and you're like, there's money here because it's actionable, it's return on investment. You can see the results very clearly.
And oftentimes your customer has kind of deep pain when it comes to SEO. So everybody kind of has a story of either getting burned by an agency, of spending 10s, 20s of hours trying to kind of go DIY. So your customer is probably very mindful of the overall challenge of getting found in Google. And if you can help them solve that alongside all of the other services you're offering, I think you really create that depth of relationship that we're all looking for with our customers, regardless of the type of service we offer.
Awesome. Okay, you guys, I'm even more excited to have you on board and to be helping me do this in the month of March. So thank you all for your time again. Let's go round robin one more time so that people know where to find you. And then I'm going to remind everybody how to sign up for the partner program, and we'll be done for today. So Nathan, let's start with you.
Sure. You can find me at nathaningram.com, and I'm hosting 2 or 3 live webinars a week on iThemes training.
Awesome. Lindsay?
You can find me at pathfinderseo.com.
Awesome. And then Cory Miller?
And I'm at corymiller.com.
Perfect. And so this video is going to have a link attached. That is our partner promotion page. If you sign up in the month of March, talk to one of the people on our fabulous partner team here at Liquid Web and move over some of your clients. You don't have to move over all of them. Move over some of them. See what you're getting out of Liquid Web, our managed WordPress, and our managed WooCommerce hosting, and what value we're providing to you as our partner. And I think you might move more over. But in the month of March, to take advantage of this wonderful hosting offer, you only have to move for some of them. So anyway, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm lmiller@liquidweb.com. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thanks.
Thank you.